Another approach to drying out your drones is to use brushes. In many pipe cases, there are a whole assortment of brushes for different uses, for oiling, for cleaning, and for drying. I like to have clean, dry brushes for drying out the instrument, and I keep them separate from other brushes that may have oil on them, because we do not want to add oil to the instrument at this point. We're just trying to remove excess moisture. When you do get brushes, we have obviously the two sides of brushes, the small and the large. The small is a very good size for wicking out the lower traveler joints on the bagpipe, just wicking away. And then the larger brush, don't be afraid to take some scissors and to trim this up and give it a haircut so that it fits your particular bore size. All bore sizes are different, and these brushes are made fairly large so that they can fit and accommodate all different types of drones. So cut and sculpt your brush to fit your bagpipe. All you really want to do is keep these dry brushes separate from your others, so you have them for removing moisture after playing and condensation is built up in the upper joints, upper drone parts. Also, we want to come back in with a larger brush and dry out our stocks, because there is moisture involved there, and we want to keep those good and dry between plays. The third place we like to clean out is also our blowpipe, which does build up a certain amount of debris and moisture through playing. Again, we have another separate brush, which I like to use so that we're not contaminating our good brushes for our drones. So I like to keep a semi-dirty brush just for cleaning out the blowpipe so that we keep that clean and free of moisture and debris. It is important also to dry out the drone reeds between plays. Moisture in the drone reeds will affect the performance and the shutdown of the drones while playing. We need to stay up on top of them. Drone reeds come in two different styles. You have a porous material, either a cane or paper or wood-bodied drone reed, which absorbs moisture while we are playing. This helps us play longer in wet conditions. Some drone reeds are made out of nylon or nylon bodies or plastic bodies. Moisture shows up and stays on these reeds longer than the porous material. A lot of these reeds tend to have carbon fiber tongues and things to help performance through moisture. But it is important to make sure that we dry these drone reeds out between plays. The easiest way to do this is to remove the end cap or tuning screw and blow air through the bottom, removing any excess moisture. In some of these end caps, there's a bit of a reservoir. You want to make sure that you remove any moisture out of that reed. The best thing for drone reeds is just to air dry. You shouldn't try to use any type of instrument to dry them out. You want to make sure that you do not touch the tongues on any synthetic drone reed. If touching the tongues will shorten the lifespan of the reed. Best to just open up, set down, let air dry, and come back to it at a later time. Having allowed your bagpipe to thoroughly dry out between plays, you don't want to leave the instrument for long periods of time in pieces on any table or in any pipe case. We don't want the instrument to over dry. Hemp lines, reeds get affected by the over drying of the instrument. So after an hour, after a couple hours, you feel as though your instrument has dried off. It is important to come back in and put the instrument back together so that it can be put away properly and safely till the next play. Having reassembled your bagpipe dried out, it's important to make sure that we safely put it back into the pipe case, leaving the chanter capped overnight, leaving the chanter outside the pipe bag. In many situations with hide bags, you're dealing with a greater amount of moisture, so it becomes more important to make sure that you are drying your instrument out properly. We do not want to over dry hide bags. The hide bag seals and performs better with a certain amount of moisture in it. So hide bags are going to be treated slightly different than your synthetic bags. Many hide bags today even have the zippers incorporated in them, so you can still deal with the fact that you can dry it out from the interior. Many pipe bags also today have some type of moisture control system on the interior of the pipe bag. Many pipes come with just a standard water trap style device with a absorbent fabric on the interior of a bottle that's in the interior of the bagpipe. We want to make sure that we can remove this material, drying it out, keeping it clean so that it's effective the next time we go to play. So we need to address these things. We can't just brush over. Many other moisture controlling devices contain some type of canister with a drying agent. Follow the directions according to that manufacturer, being it you're air drying it or microwaving to remove excess moisture. Doing all these things will help keep the bagpipe working from play to play, and you'll have less failure. Sometimes moisture can't be avoided, but we have to be in charge of our instrument, and it's our responsibility to make sure that our instrument is performing at its highest level.